India's Prime Minister-designate Narendra Modi is set to be sworn in on Sunday evening for the third consecutive term. The ceremony is scheduled for 7:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time at the iconic Rashtrapati Bhavan in the capital, New Delhi. Massive preparations are underway at the venue. India's President Draupadi Murmu will administer the oath of office and secrecy to Prime Minister-designate Modi and his Council of Ministers. Ahead of the mega event, Modi visited Rajghat and Sadaiv Atal to pay tribute to Mahatma Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee in Delhi. He also visited the War Memorial in the capital to pay tribute to the fallen soldiers. Over 9,000 invitees, including foreign dignitaries, will attend the oath-taking ceremony today in New Delhi. Top leaders and heads of state from Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nepal and Mauritius, as well as the Maldives, have arrived today. The Bangladeshi Prime Minister and Seychelles Vice President arrived yesterday. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said that he will attend the swearing-in ceremony in his capacity as the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. Security has been beefed up ahead of the event in the Indian capital. Delhi has been declared as a no-fly zone for Sunday and Monday. Rashtrapati Bhavan cancelled the weekly change of guard ceremony on June 8, 15 and 22nd ahead of the preparations. While prohibitory orders have been issued banning large gatherings, a three-layered security will be in place around the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Security checking will be enhanced on the borders of the national capital. Around 2,500 personnel, including 5 companies of paramilitary forces and Delhi armed police officers, will be deployed. Snipers, armed police personnel and drones will secure routes the dignitaries will take. Delhi police has issued a traffic advisory in the national capital. Several roads in central Delhi have been closed and the traffic diversions are in place. Only pedestrian movement is allowed. Around 2,500 police personnel, like I mentioned, have been deployed with enhanced checking at the capital's borders. Our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur is joining us from WION Newsroom, and Advaita Kala, an award-winning writer and political commentator, is joining us from New Delhi. Welcome both. Dharamjot, I will start with you. Apart from Prime Minister-designate being sworn in, what are the murmurs on ground on the cabinet and union ministers, and are there any sacrifices that the BJP may be forced to make?
Well, Eric, as you rightly pointed out, there are some sacrifices that might be made, and there have been a lot of murmurs that have been going around since last evening in terms of who will make the cut and earn a coveted cabinet ministry in the upcoming government. Now, in terms of what we're hearing so far, from the BJP party sources and from others as well, that some of the key ministries like the finance ministry, the foreign ministry, and the road and transportation ministry, also the home ministry that was run by Amit Shah in the past term, these are some of the key cabinets that the Bharatiya Janata Party will be keeping with itself. We will in all likelihood see Amit Shah, Nirmala Sitharaman, Dr. S. Jaishankar also retain their roles for these respective ministries. However, that is also, that's speculative at the moment. We're yet to receive any confirmation on that, which will happen once the Prime Minister does make the official announcement of the cabinet, and that is supposed to happen any moment now before the swearing-in ceremony, as you rightly pointed out. Now, in terms of the alliances, a big surprise element that we're seeing is the BJP party president from Tamil Nadu, Annamalai, being given a position in the cabinet. Eyebrows being raised around that, and also, while some are surprised, some aren't. So very mixed reactions on that front, especially because the Bharatiya Janata Party failed to secure even a single seat in the state of Tamil Nadu. They did not open their account, and the party president also lost his own seat in Coimbatore. So on the other hand, we're seeing a lot of heavyweights from the past cabinet, like Smriti Irani, who contested from Amethi and lost this time. Anurag Thakur, who contested from Himachal Pradesh, but he won his seat. Both of these ministers, held heavy portfolios in the last term. We saw Smriti Irani as the Women and Child Development Minister. We saw Anurag Thakur having two key ministries under his umbrella, the Sports Ministry and the Information and Broadcasting Ministry. But sources are saying that these two heavyweights might be cut out and left out, of the cabinet this time. So clearly, wins or losses are not something that have been taken into consideration in terms of who makes the cut and who doesn't make the cut at this point. Which is why the murmurs are growing and everyone's waiting to see which leader from which party really, gets a cabinet ministry this time in the next hour or so, Eric.
All right, that is Dharamjot Kaur, our correspondent in the newsroom. Thank you, DJ, for the inputs. Advaita, those sacrifices that our correspondent just mentioned that BJP may be forced to make, will they create or have a significant impact?
Not really. I don't think they should. This is not, of course, the first coalition government that the Prime Minister Modi has been a part of. In the first term, again, there were ministers from the coalition who did have ministries. Considering the present numbers, yes, there is a possibility that some, not the key main ministries, but certainly other ministries, if you would say, might get into that situation where the coalition partner may want that. And today they are in a better position to ask for it or to make those kind of demands. So I think that situation does exist, but I don't necessarily think that the BJP has been compromised in that sense, because the key ministries, the important ministries, will still stay with them.
Advaita, allies will be eyeing the plum portfolios. How far will the Prime Minister designate go to accommodate those?
I think we wouldn't be at this stage of the swearing in and things of that nature unless those kind of accommodations and conversations had already happened. In fact, right from the election results to now, apart from all the surround sound, the actual process has been pretty smooth. They've moved very quickly from one stage to the next and made announcements at the appropriate time. So there is a certain amount of opacity. So the only thing we can do really is look at it from the outside. And looking at it from the outside, there hasn't been any delays. There hasn't been any rancor in public or commentary that is going around. So one has to say that it's been very smooth as of now. Of course, the real test will be the next of the 5 years.
Our correspondent did mention some key portfolios. The top 4 to 5 portfolios like home, foreign, finance, defense ministries, as done in the past governments of Prime Minister Modi, will BJP this time around still have the lion's share, or do you think the Prime Minister designate will assign some of these portfolios to allies?
Well, we don't know. I don't think it's a likelihood. I think there's definitely a vision in place. What we've heard from the other coalition partners, be it Nitish Kumar or Chandrababu Naidu, both respectfully chief ministers with their own of their own states, they have been very persuasive in their comments when they've said that we want the Prime Minister to continue with his agenda, to continue with the consistency he's brought into, for example, economic reforms or international reputation management and engagement. So I don't necessarily think that they're really going to be a fly in the ointment as far as that is concerned. I think you're going to have a little more negotiation and back and forth going on for the other ministries, things like agriculture or IT, which is information technology, because that is something that Chandrababu Naidu, for example, is very passionate and very keen on from his own personal experience. Or agriculture, because parts of India, especially Bihar, being such an agrarian society. So that's something Nitish Kumar would be really looking at very closely. So I think the conversations are going to be more around those ministries than the key ministries. And I don't also think the BJP will give up the key ministries.
All right. I've been talking to Advaita Kala. We'll have to leave it there. She's an award-winning writer and political commentator. She is in New Delhi. Advaita, thank you for talking to us today. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.